Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weirdo's World. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I identify as Weirdo. I think it's accurate. You can be the judge. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but let's get into some acrylic pour painting. I have my Floetrol that has been sitting for a year since the last time I was doing any of these videos and any of these projects. Life be lifing sometimes, but you know, it's been a journey for me diving into threads as of late. Salute to all the people who are braving the waters over there. It is a lovely bunch of lunatics, and I'm happy to be a part of it. But the topic of red flags has come to the forefront of several of my exchanges and several of the things that I've been seeing. And so I want to do something to see if we can't take red flags and alchemize them into something beautiful, ideally. If they're not beautiful, maybe we get them like entertaining. I don't know. It's going to be a journey. We're going to see what's happening. I have a concept in mind, and we'll see if it plays out. But anyway, this experiment will be the first time I am using Rain-X as a cell activator, right? I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't claim to be an expert here, but I have an idea. Oh gosh. So pro tip, people, don't let your paints sit for a year. That's not ideal. But we're going to send it, because why not? I have no idea how much paint I'm going to need, but we'll go with that. So the concept I have here is to do a pillow of this milky white, because ya boy milky white. And then we're gonna do some basically primary colors with the lake blue, permanent red, yellow med, titanium white, and just for funsies, gonna do some raw umber as well. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do the Viridian, which is like one of the greatest names for a color, Viridian, and it's so, I don't know, it's a little bit more like poppy. Yeah, we'll do the Viridian. I think that'll work out. Because the idea is I want to get some mixy interplay, and like that's gonna make nearly a lime green, hopefully, and then like this will be some sort of weird lilac, maybe. I don't know. It's all, like I said, this is all just weird. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see if we can make something happen, and well, by golly, come on along for the ride. Get out my handy dandy craft sticks so we can do some mixing. This is going to be a separate part of the video. I'm not going to put it in the main. So like this is the prep, and I am, oh my goodness. Come on. Yeah, so it's, I mean, you know, don't let your paint supply sit for a year. That's the lesson. But as I said, life happens. Sometimes things get tricky. Sometimes you just don't want to do anything but lay in bed. I get it. But that's not what we're here for. Not in the long term, so I'm going to transfer some of this here Floetrol into a bottle through my straining funnel. And in the meantime, you can listen to me ramble on whilst the lo-fi hip-hop radio plays in the background, courtesy of Jeff Bezos. If you've ever found yourself wanting to do some type of art, but have told yourself that you don't have the skills or you don't have the talent, I highly, highly, highly recommend you give pour painting a try. Because if you can fill a glass of water and follow basic measurements, you can totally do acrylic pour painting. Alright? Because, and I count this as a big plus, it doesn't really take much quote-unquote skill. Because a lot of what is happening here is a physics interaction, right? Like, you are mixing the raw ingredients, but there is an interplay that exists based on the density of the paint, the viscosity of the paint, and so it is entirely possible to, as the kids say, fuck around and find out. And that, my fine people, is exactly what we are going to do today. And respectfully, I say that you could do that every day, but you have to be careful how you fuck around, because there are definitely some ways you do not want to find out. You know what I'm saying? So, when I've tried this before, I was doing a, like, 2-part Floetrol to 1-part PVA glue, Elmer's, like, school glue. And I don't know how this is going to work out, because this time I'm just going to go with Floetrol. And I'm mixing up the consistency to be like no mound, or just like a very quickly receding mound. If you get into some of the other creators on YouTube, there are plenty of people that go over this. They discuss it at length. They understand the science of it all. I am just some random dude that wants to put colors on canvas and see if it makes the pretty. To each their own. That, I think, is pretty dang good. So that is going to be... shit. Pardon. That is going to be my pillow. Moving on. The one thing that you want to do is to mix to the same consistency, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of this here, and for funsies, ooh, yeah, that's probably gonna be a lot. That's okay. Maybe we'll do multiple. I am using a scale to measure out about 25-26 grams of paint, and then I'm gonna kind of eyeball it and see what I need to mix in Floetrol wise to get the consistency that I'm after. and we're gonna see how it goes. You know, there's a lot of discussion online these days about mental health and about people that are crashing out from all the things that they're seeing in the world today. And while all of the things that are happening are very serious, nobody's going to get out alive, right? This is all going to go away at some point in time. And while we're here, it's important that we do what we can to enjoy our moments, right? And there's a lot that an individual can do for themselves internally that will alter their experience of what they're going through, right? And man, we still gotta go on that. Alright, so this is turning out to be a little bit more pastel than I was hoping for. That's fine. It'll do. And yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some guru or spiritual, advisor, but like what I'm trying to get at with that whole thing is that it's not what happens to us in our lives. It is how we respond to it. And it is easy to look at situations happening to you, but in doing so, it's all too easy to miss out on how those situations are working for you. So, in that way, Delulu kind of is the Salulu sometimes. But I don't know if it's really Delulu because we make the choices on how we experience our life. So, anyway, back to the mixing, less of the philosophizing. That is thicker than the other one. So we're going to try, that's 14 grams. We're going to see how that goes. Yoinks. More sticks. I'm going to get some of them. Get some of them. Oh my goodness, the pink. There's the red. Woo! I got a little concerned there for a second, because I mean, if we're talking primaries, I guess pink is closer to magenta than red, question mark. But I was really hoping for red, because part of the interplay that I like in using these primary colors is that you get the mixes, and there's an entire spectrum of colors that are present in the mix. Oh yeah, that's she thick, boy. That's a thick boy. So like the red and the blue here are gonna do some sort of purplish thing, and the red and the yellow are gonna do some sort of an orangish thing, and the yellow and the blue are gonna do some sort of a greenish thing, and there's gonna be some white interlaced that's gonna like bring some pastels and milky streaks, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I know it is, because I got nothing at stake here. This is all just funsies. This is all just funsies. And there's no quicker way to ruin an outcome than by holding on too tight. Isn't that right? So, gentle. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Man, it's still thick. Alright. We've got a surplus of red. We might have to do a couple of them. Might have to get a couple of them out tonight. Man. So, it's a weird thing. Like, there is something extremely satisfying to me in the mixing of the paints, because it's kind of a Zen thing. I had the good fortune in the summer of 1999 to go out to Oregon in the United States, and there is a community there of very, very talented, very, very talented, I'm going to give that just a little boop, very, very talented glass blowers, and I had the good fortune to spend a week out there and learn how to blow glass. And one of the activities is, you know, you're applying heat to a glass tube in a lot of instances. And when you're at the torch, you have to keep that glass tube moving, right? I don't know if you can see my hands, but you have to keep that glass tube moving so you're evenly distributing the heat around it. And it's one of those like stimmy behaviors that is just, if you're of a certain neurotype, I guess, is a very comforting motion. I'ma need some more Floetrol. So anyway, yeah, man, we're doing some painting tonight. I hope everybody's doing well. You know, not taking things too terribly serious. There's a concept called beginner's mind. I'm sure everybody's heard of it by now. It's 2025, for crying out loud. But one thing about beginners is we all come into the world as children not having known anything, supposedly. I'm not going to get into the theories of reincarnation or old souls or whatnot. The point is that, like, you're kind of brought here with a blank slate, right? And most of the children, if they've not been overly traumatized early in their lives, they have a sense of awe and a wonder in the world. And they kind of move about with an ease. Like, granted, their brains haven't developed the concept of, like, time horizons. Interestingly enough, those categorized, is that right? Those categorized as ADHD supposedly also do not have a properly developed time horizon. And man, we almost lost the Floetrol. So ADHD peoples, they do not have the same development of time horizon that quote-unquote neurotypicals do, which means that they are less able to accurately judge distance of time, and thus cannot really conceptualize much past, you know, like 2 weeks, 2 hours, 2 minutes. If you've seen Over the Hedge, you know what I'm talking about. Squirrel! I love the cookie! It's so good. It's so good. Alright, yellow! There we are. Come on. That's 13. We did 14 of the red. We'll do 13 of the yellow. That'll be plenty. Because it's going to require the same amount of pouring medium as the red-ish. Hear those birds chirping? Yeah, if you have the means, if you're near a bit of nature that maybe has some wonderland forest creatures hiding in it, go get yourself out there. Go get yourself out there, touch grass. You know, we are of this planet, not on it. And it behooves us to keep that in mind, especially as the tyrants try to convince us otherwise. But I digress. We are here mixing paint. That's actually pretty close. Okay. Give a little whoop. Oh boy. So on the topic of mixing paints, like the consistency is, from what my previous experiments have shown, the consistency is a major contributing factor in how cells form, how the paints flow, like, and again, I'm no expert, but what I've seen is what I've seen, and that is what I've seen. Alright, now, the titanium white. All of the paints, by the way, are the glorious Master's Touch acrylic, available from Hobby Lobbies near you. I think I got them at Hobby Lobby. Anyway, look for sales. If you want to get into it, you want to play the fuck around and find out game, wait for the sales. Go grab a gang of paints and just go nuts. What's it gonna hurt? You literally have nothing to lose. It's all information. It is all going to be data for you and experiences for your life. That's what it's all about, huh? The more life experience, the more you can experience life. Put that on a t-shirt. What? That's right. That's okay. That's okay. We are really good on the white consistency. Alright, so that's fine. The white, it mixes up a lot lighter than the rest, which is good because that theoretically means it's going to float on the surface a little bit, which is kind of what I'm after, because we're going to be layering this white in with all of our other colors, and so there's going to be, as the lighter paint rises to the surface, it's going to pull some of these other colors with it, right? So it's gonna hopefully give like a marbly, swirly kind of nifty thing, and then as it's rising to the surface, it's gonna pull some of these colors up and get them to mix really well like we want. Now, this here raw umber is going to be a special case. I'm only going to use it for some accents, which you will see when we get down to do the pouring. So I'm only going to get a little bit. We're just going to get a little bit. That's all that's going to do. We'll clean up the... So as I was getting these things kneaded back into life, our friend Mr. Raw Umber here decided to just explode like a poop emoji, so that was fun. Fortunately, no t-shirts were harmed in the making of that poop emoji, because I would be a very sad panda. Fun fact, not that you care, but I'm here and you're watching, so I'm going to tell you, when I first got this one, I made the mistake of not covering the cap when I went to shake it, right? It's a flip top cap. Stuff goes out when the cap's open. My silly sausage ass just shook it, cap popped open, and just paint. Just paint everywhere. Ruined one of my nice new shirts. I was very sad panda. Very, very sad panda. Oh, this is gonna work out great. Heck yes. Alright. Yeah. Alright, you remember the drill here, people. We are talking about red flags. And this is my concept for red flags. And it is going to be glorious. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Would you look at that? He got some good paint there, doesn't he? Oh yeah. Nice. Nice. Alright, stellar. Well, is it? Is it good? That's a little thick. I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna just roll with that. That's fine. It'll be okay. Now, for the funsies, I have a little baby spray bottle that has had water in it because I was misting my coffee grounds when I was a coffee drinker. And now we're going to put a little bit of the Rain-X in. So it's going to be a little bit of Rain-X and a little bit of water. You know, it is what it is. So, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Love it. Love to see it. We are cooking with gas. Come on, man. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Now, we need to open you up, okay? Rain-X, why do you not want people to open your bottles? This is highly problematic, bud. Like, seriously, what the fuck? Am I gonna have to puncture this bottle of Rain-X? My dude. There we go. That's what we likey. Alright, so I'm gonna give let's do this with some more thought, shall we? I like thinking about things. Thinking about things is a nice skill to develop, don't you think? Stay. Is this dangerous? Absolutely. Am I concerned? Not even a little. Look at that. I'm gonna call this the Snickle Fritz. If you know what I'm talking about, hit me up. There it is. Snickle Fritz. Transferred. We are cooking with gas, people. Are you ready? Are you excited? Are you stoked right now? I am so stoked. I am very, very excited for what this is going to turn out to be. Now, we are going to do a little bit of hanky-panky, and we're going to take 1 drop, 2 drop in each 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright. In all of them but the raw umber and the milky white. Mixy, 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 mix. Get that Rain-X all stirred in nice like. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I also just realized that I might have put my face and stuff on camera, and if you notice, your boy needs a shave and a haircut. But look, I stay to myself, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning before I go to work, so that the world thinks that I know how to take care of myself and practice proper hygiene. Little do they know. Alright, anyway. We're just gonna stir up the Rain-X. Oh yeah. Shout out to any Kool-Aid fans. 80s children's, where are you at? There it is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. There it is. Alright. Outstanding. That is paints mixed. Now we're going to get our canvas out. We're going to get this party rolling. We'll do the layering of those. And then it's going to be pouring time. Yeah! We'll see you in a bit.